Hello everyone, and welcome to another LEGO stream. Now, as of recording, it has been nearly a week since the final episode of the first season of the Book of Boba Fett. So what better to introduce the Boba Fett Part 2, the guy who basically took over once he appeared. We're going back to the Mandalorian with some LEGO. Don't know which one we're... Actually, no, I do. So we've got two sets here to have a quick look at, box-wise. We have Trouble on Tatooine with the Mandalorian himself. I don't know who that is. And Tusken Raider, who we now obviously know more about, and we respect a heck of a lot more. And then the other one is the Armorer's Mandalorian Forge, with, again, the Mandalorian, the Armorer, who is very cool, and Paz Vizsla, who is very entitled. So, which one are we doing today? Well, I have had this one for such a long time, I thought this would be an ideal day to do it. Okay, so we're doing Trouble on... Pardon me. We're doing Trouble on Tatooine. I've already unboxed it. Already got bags out. So, let's get to it. Tasty opening of instructions. Lovely. Okay, so, start off with the usual. Get some nice LEGO crinkle foliage in there. This is going to be a limited time thing. These days, the days of these plastic bags are numbered, because we are due, I think, this year to start getting paper bags from LEGO, which is going to be very exciting. Because it's different. It's but it's not easy to recycle these. You know, I mean, I've got a LEGO bag there, and that's full of old plastic bags. Plastic LEGO bags, because I don't know what to do with them. So that's where these bags are going to end up. So, yep, those days are numbered. But it's very exciting, because as much as these bags are such a part of the identity of LEGO, and the part of the experience as people like me know it, the paper bags are going to be part of the experience as future, generations know it. So, that's how it happens. And yeah, people will complain, but you can't complain about doing good. Well, I suppose you can, and I suppose people do. However, that's not the point. But the thing is, these are bags from the LEGO store. These are paper. We're already experiencing it today. So there. I don't know why I'm arguing with you. People who usually follow me don't need to argue, or don't need to argue with. Crack open the box, and that, I believe, is the Mandalorian's cape thing? It's the thing he slings over his shoulder. Like a true spaghetti western badass. And another bag to crinkle open. These are the smaller bits. Okay. And away these bags go! Straight away. No fuss, no muss. Pardon me. So we're building, as is standard with any LEGO, we're building the figures first. So get some legs. Oops. Always important. Get the torso. That's kind of important as well. See, nice shiny detail on that torso. Dreaming Star, are you here? Look, we've got shiny print. Will you focus, please, camera? Focus. There. No. Well, it's only slightly better. Shiny. Shiny. Shiny Beskar armor. I think that was the chair. Maybe. Okay. Shiny chair. Shiny. Shiny, shiny, shiny. Now, which way would you put this? It feels the same on both sides. Sometimes you can tell, because the fabric is a different texture on one side than it is the other. Both sides of this are more or less the same. I want to say this one is only marginally fuzzier. So we'll have that on the outside. Oops. So get this on his neck. Yeah. Oh, come on. Come on. There we go. And we'll get his head, which is a black head, just a pure black piece. Because of course. Why would you need to see his face? This is the way. This is the way. So I could just have him like that. I think it was cool like that. Anyway, I suppose we'll have to guess his helmet. Now, the early Mandalorian minifigures, i.e. Boba Fett and then Jango Fett, they used to have a strange thing. They always used to have the black heads, but the helmet pieces, which were one piece with the jetpacks, by the way, the helmet pieces always had the T-visor cut out for some odd reason, so that when you put it over the head, you'd have the black visor. These ones, they don't. It's just, it's just a solid. Whoops. Well, that's gone. Anyway, these are just a solid bucket. Bouquet, should I say? Keep your appearances reference. There we go. There we go. Mando figure. The Mando with no name. That's what they should have called him. The Mando with no name. But of course he has a name. Okay, and he's got weapons as well. Okay. He's got his long disintegratory blaster rifle thing. So we need one of these. And we got the end of it, but we need the connector, which is this, the lightsaber handle piece. And this camera's not focusing again, because of course. Now, which way does it go? Right, okay. Plug that. Oops. Plug that. Right. So there we go. That's more or less it. I'll just straighten it out because straightening it out's important, especially in Lego. So you got to make. So you got to make things. You got to make sure things line up. I know that's very dark, but trust me, it's there. And we can put that there. Put that in his hand. Clip there. Haha! No one dares mess with the Mandalorian now. No. I mean, would you mess with him anyway? Right, where's the other thing? There we go. He's got a regular blaster. This is the blaster piece they used for Jango Fett as well. Not more recently, anyway. Yeah, but obviously his pieces are shiny. Gah. It's almost a shame that we don't see a character like Jango Fett with the Mandalorian. Or we weren't able to. Well, we do see Boba Fett, obviously, but you want to see Jango Fett as well. Good Abend, Flushin. How are you? Thank you for joining in. Wie geht's? There we go. Mandalorian fully armed. So I'll set him there. And then, who's that? Oh, I suppose we'll have to build him as well. Yeah, I have claimed the head of Grogu. Yeah. Okay. Now, because he's only a little fella, he's got a very tiny body. And I think these are the kinds of bodies they use for things like the Lego puzzle game things. So I think we've seen stuff like Lego Harry Potter use those kinds of pieces as well. Yeah, but there you go. Simple as the child, aka Baby Yoda, aka Grogu, aka the one we wish to see. Ah, hello, Dreaming Star. Hello to you as well. Thank you for joining. Check it out, Dreaming Star. Shiny. I must have summoned you with the shiny, because they're shiny on this minifigure. I know it's not easy to see because the camera doesn't focus that well, but there you go. Shiny. Little Yoda. There we go. There we go. Father and son. Shiny indeed. Good, enjoying my last off days. Oh, fabulous. Hopefully, they're exactly what you need. I was about to say, enjoy them while you can, but that sounds rather sinister, doesn't it? It's like sometimes I find it funny when, when someone says, have a nice day, and it's like, you can't really say that any other way, can you? Like, you can't say to someone, instead of have a nice day, you can't say to someone, enjoy the next 24 hours. Okay, I'll try and do that then. Quickly looks over the shoulder. Continuously. Develops anxiety. Okay, so what are we building? We're starting to build the speeder. So we can actually go places. Now, I think, apart from the fact I've had this set for such a long time, and now it's gone the Book of Boba Fett, it's been a week since the Book of Boba Fett. Enjoy the next 24 hours indeed, Dreaming Star. Yes. Even if you don't say that in a sinister way, it still sounds sinister. Enjoy the next 24 hours. Why? Anyway, yes. Yeah, because Book of Boba Fett's finished, and we've had more of these two, and stuff. I'm just excited for the possibility of what can come next. And if you know me, then you know I love the Naboo Starfighter. So you'll know what one of my favourite parts of the Book of Boba Fett was. And we've already had rumours and stuff about the new N1 Starfighter model, about the new Mandalorian ship. I blooming well hope they're true, because if the rumour image is anything to go by, then it looks spectacular, and I cannot wait to have it in my hands. Really hope Hasbro does one as well, and hopefully they'll spur them on to do not just the Mandalorian Naboo Starfighter, but the new version of the original Episode 1 Naboo Starfighter. Little Yoda though, little Grogu. He the boy, he the man. I should put a thing. Yeah, if I ever get to affiliate, I should put a thing, one of those points reclaim things, or one of those bits redeem things, where it has the quotes from the client. I wish to see the child, and from then on you'll have 5 minutes of this guy just taking up the whole stream. Yoda's so cute, isn't he? Just. Even though it's a baby version of the Yoda species, apparently one of the inspirations for the design of Grogu was one of the gremlins. Well, not gremlins themselves, but the Mogwais. Like Gizmo. Okay. Got a thing there. Then again, I can't remember which. He seems losing weight. Well, can't have everything. Well, no, don't do it. This is where I can't find a piece, and it's staring at the... Found it. Everybody can, you know, stand down, red alert, you know, that sort of thing. Okay. So... I always knew who was the gremlins, always. I wonder if the Mandalorian feeds him after midnight. You better not. You better not do. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Although that's one of those weird movie rules where it's like, okay, you can't feed him after midnight. So when's the cutoff point? When the sun comes up? I don't know. 6 a.m. like TV scheduling. Sometimes it raises more questions than answers. Okay, how far are you supposed to stick this in? So saucy you could squeeze it. Another stick. Dun, 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 dun. Da, da, dun, da, 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 dun. So yeah, the return of the Mandalorian. That was a fabulous episode. It was basically a giant love letter to episode 1, which I do very much appreciate. But I don't want to spoil too much, just in case people haven't seen. Yeah, is he? I don't know, is he? Dreaming Star? Is he? These are the questions. They need answers. Apparently you have the power to give us an answer. And whatever your answer is, that's what we go by. It's a secret. There you go. There's your answer. You know, if it says secrets in a South African accent, it sounds a bit like cigarette. Anyway, we'll plug this piece in here. And get that position there. This is the problem. Whenever they do a piece that's just on one stud that can just rotate around the stud freely. This apparently doesn't bug anyone else, but for me, you know, I want it straight, because every other kind of piece is like precision is, you know, and the whole point of Lego, well, the pieces is they're engineered with precision, and then you get this kind of nonsense. It's like, I want this straight, as straight as the rest of it, but it don't do that. You have to position it, and it's like the tiniest of degrees off, and you know, madness, you know, chaos, as Dr. Malcolm would say. Speaking of which, the new trailer for Jurassic World Dominion, love it. I say new, it's the first one. Yeah. And of course, one of the stars of the Jurassic World movies has directed a few Mandalorian episodes, and the Book of Boba Fett episodes. And Bryce Dallas Howard has done flipping amazing, I think. Right, so that's see, there's a lot of things that have to be aligned here that don't stay aligned. So this is the kind of madness you get, you know. How dare? How absolutely dare you? Okay. By the way, how's your day, people? Haven't even asked yet. Don't you worry, Dreaming Star. Don't worry at all. My day's not been so bad. I've just been... I've only really been at work today, so nothing too much to report. Just been looking forward to getting back here, saying hello to y'all. How was your day, Dreaming Star? Wonder if you've still been doing your long hours at school? Well, relatively long hours, because my word, do French schools sound like they have really long hours. Makes me appreciate the small days that we had at school. Where's the front of the ship? Oh, the bike. Any of y'all see it? It's a triangle piece. Nope, found it. Never mind. Again, staring me in the face. Usually it's because they're upside down and in a position that looks nothing like what they do in the instructions. So that's why sometimes you have to rummage around a bit in the piece pile. Okay. Right. Where are we going? Okay. Done that. Aha. Got a pack. Because, you know, supplies. Obviously. Oh, hello. Right, it goes on the end. It goes on. Everyone. It goes here. There you go. And this. Oh, hang on. Where's it gone? This. See if you. I was going to say, see if y'all can guess what this piece is, even though you can kind of see it on the box already. But you can sort of tell, and it when you hold it in this angle, it looks like something you put a child in. So, kind of answers its own question, doesn't it? There we go. So we put that there. There. Oops. French schools need to do something about those timetables. Sounds like it. Man. I mean, they say school is supposed to prepare you for work and all that jazz, or like the routine of work, but schools already sound like work, you know, in France. Looks like a diaper. There you go. It's kind of what I'm talking about. Also looks like one of those child seats at a swing at a playground, a child swing for a playground. You know, they put their legs through. And of course, as you get older, you try more and more to see if you can fit in one of those. Obviously, because you know you must. You need to know, even if it means breaking it. Also, I don't know if you know, Dreaming Star, but in Britain we call diapers nappies. Where's... Right. Stud. Okay, you can kind of see it coming together. You can kind of tell that's supposed to be the seat, or the seating area. Yeah. So get that there. Okay. Time some handles. Nappies. Yeah. And you spelt it right. I'm not sure where it comes from, to be honest, but yeah, nappies. Oh, I forgot to put a stick in. Oh. Never mind. There we go. But then again, Where does diaper come from? Because to me, diaper kind of sounds like one of those brand names that became the general description for the thing, like Hoover or Google or Photoshop. Right. I need to learn more British words and expressions. No worries. I mean, I can probably hazard a guess you've with the advent of American media and the internet, that you've probably been exposed to diapers more. That sounds weird, doesn't it? Never mind. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. You've been exposed to contents of. Well, like we say, make sure you wash your hands. All right. Now to build the front end of the swoop. Need one of those. I mean, there are a lot of quite a lot of British nouns that have American equivalents, like a pavement is a sidewalk, or a trash can is a bin to us, or just a bin is a trash can or garbage can over there. Stuff like that. Or right-hand drive is left-hand drive. Those sorts of things. Yeah, I've been exposed to the American English. Yeah, it's nothing wrong with it. Just it just shows you flat and apartment. Yeah. Although the thing is now, because of the internet, it's a lot of us in Britain get exposed to more Americanisms than British colloquialisms, shall we say. So that's why you'll hear Mr. Sunshine, for example, say ass instead of arse. Just little things like that. And I can get irritated about it, and kind of rightly so. But that just kind of how it be, really. That's sad. Well, yeah, I suppose it depends how you look at it, really, because I used to get really frustrated with that sort of thing. I don't too much nowadays, but as someone who likes to do writing, and as someone who likes to do writing, script writing and stuff, sometimes when I watch American programs, or American movies, I can really tell when someone is clearly playing an English or British character, and their dialogue has clearly been written by an American, and no input has been put in by anyone from Britain, for example. For example, a good one, I think, is Doctor Strange, because Tilda Swinton, English actress, is in Doctor Strange, and she has a line in the movie where she points out that the drink that she gives Doctor Strange is just tea, which, sounds very English, of course. But then she says, with a little honey. That doesn't sound too off in itself, but Britons don't say that. We will say something like a bit of honey, or even a little bit of honey. We don't say a little something, you know? Not really, anyway. So it's just examples like that. Oh, you write scripts as well? Yeah, a little bit here and there. Trying to get some traction with that. I've been writing for quite a long time. Mostly fan stuff. Fan-based stuff. But, yeah, there's some original projects here and there. Blah, blah, blah. But yeah, it's a little bit frustrating that like British media that clearly has its creative driving force in Britain. It's a little bit frustrating that purely British media doesn't get as much exposure as American media. Like, even though Doctor Who... Yeah, it does, doesn't it? A little honey sounds wrong, so that sounds like a word is missing. Yeah, but that's the kind of thing Americans say. Now, that's not to say that's wrong. It's just an expression that... It's just a way that Americans would construct a sentence rather than us. You see? But yeah, as big as Doctor Who got crossing the border into America, for example, it's even that sort of died out, and it's like when we talk about sci-fi and stuff, practically everything sci-fi and fantasy has always come from has usually always come from America. Like Star Wars, obviously started in America. Star Trek, American, but Doctor Who has been one of the few British ones. But anyway, digression. Oh, I can think of another good example, and this is going way, way back before any of us probably ever existed. Another good example of weird Americanisms making it into British media, or coming out of British mouths, is... Right, most people have heard of James Bond. Okay? And most people will know that Roger Moore, back before human existence, back before our human existence, most people will know that Roger Moore was the third James Bond. But before he did Bond, he did a program called The Saint, which was another kind of spy thriller sort of thing. And it was actually one of the things that made Ian Fleming, the guy who created Bond, want Roger Moore to play Bond first instead of someone like Sean Connery. Unbelievable to think now. But yeah, anyway, I've seen a few episodes of The Saint, and it's fabulous. But every so often you'll see something that makes you think, this has American financing, it has American production. Because, right, we're talking about cars when we did the Aston Martin build, Dreaming Star, you'll remember that. You were there for the majority of it, and I thank you. Are these all spares? These can't all be spares. Anyway, yes. With the Aston Martin. Yeah, we're talking about talking about cars and how they work and etc. Right. Okay. The main fuel for cars over here in Britain is called petrol or diesel, depending on what kind of car it is. We either use petrol or diesel, or unleaded petrol or diesel. But in America, car fuel has a more general term that you may know called gas, short for gasoline. It's usually confused with gas as in air, but it's short for gasoline, so they call it gas. So in this program, The Saint, there's a scene where Roger Moore, the one of the most quintessentially English actors in existence, one of the most English of English people, looks at his dashboard and says, "We're running low on gas." And I was like, "What the heck? How? Who allowed this? How dare you? Who do I have to see? Who do I have to travel back in time to slap for that? Because it was made in the 60s, I believe. So it was the most ridiculous thing. Yeah, we're running low on gas. It's just weird to hear someone English say it. Or in that context, anyway. Obviously, we still say gas for, air, air stuff. But, yeah, wrap your noggin around that one. But yeah, it's like not even the star of the show, it doesn't seem like not even the star of the show did something about that, which was, again, weird. Okay, I got a feeling I've missed a piece somewhere, because this doesn't usually have a spare piece. So I'm gonna go back. Just bear with. Bear with. Bear with. Bear with. In French, we have two different words too. Ooh, I'd like to hear them, Dreaming Star. What are they? Huh. No, I've used that one. Vibration? No, that's someone else. Right. Might have to. Well, you got the basic swoop back there anyway. That's not bad. Oh. Ah, there we go. You can see the gap there clearly. Yeah, that's where this piece is supposed to go. Got a problem with your Lego builds? Rip it in half. There we go. Problem solved. There we go. All right, back to normal. Well, back to how it should be. Yeah, I'm missing more and more pieces. I'm doing that more and more with instructions these days. I'm getting old, you see. Getting a bit old. But there we go. Oh, God. It's mobile. Petrol is essence, and diesel is diesel too. Oh, nice. Missing pieces. There was one piece I missed. But I solved it. And it seems like all these pieces are spares. I think. I should hope. Well, I don't know where that stud goes. Exciting content! Right here. Ah, there's one. Yep, right, that's fine. That's accounted for. That's accounted for as well. That's accounted for. That's accounted for. That's accounted for. That's accounted for. Yep. That's accounted for. That one. Yep, that's accounted for as well. That's accounted for. And where do you go, you cheeky little devil? Ah, yes, you go in there. Yep, you're accounted for. Okay, so that's a lot of spare pieces. You know, in proportion to this collection of bits. It looks like Grogu's trying to attract his attention, doesn't it? Daddy! Daddy. Oh, okay. I'll come see you later. Right. See if we can put Grogu in his harness there. In his papoose. Yeah. Hooray! These ones are, yes. There was just one that I missed out earlier in the middle. So yeah, there you go. That's the first part. Because now, once I get them in the instructions, now we are on to bag 2. Yeah. Bit more Tatooine colour. Everybody, get some of that crinkly foley in there. Right, and that's 2 more bags for the big bag. Oh, Dreaming Star, you didn't see. I've got a Lego bag here, and it's full of those plastic bags that come in the sets, because they're not very easy to recycle. I don't know what to do with them. But as we mentioned earlier, Lego is converting to completely paper bags soon, so that'll be fun. Basically, I'm assuming it will be the same type of paper bags, same sort of consistency you get with the shopping bags. Lego bag indeed, yes indeed. It's fabulous. I find those bags really funny, in only a weird way that I can find something funny. In that, when you go to the Lego store, you get one of those bags, right? So you can get them really big depending on how depending on how big the Lego set you buy is, or Lego sets plural. So those bags really stand out, and it's really funny to me that you can just get one of those bags, see someone walking around with one of those bags, and it's like, oh, did they get Lego? Yeah, they got Lego. It's like when they meet someone they know, bump into someone they know in the street. It's like, oh, did you get anything good? Oh, we got Lego. Oh, you got Lego. Oh, yeah, I see. You got you the bag. Yeah, you got Lego. I don't know. To me, it's amusing. I got Lego. Oh, I couldn't tell. Ooh, we got a hinge. Everybody know what you bought? Yeah, everybody know. So I just think it'd be funny to reuse one of those bags, just generally, and like come out of the supermarket with a Lego bag, and people would be like, "Did he buy Lego in the supermarket?" I mean, technically he can do, but it's just one of those things. I forgot to build the Tusken Raider. I'll get to you in a minute, bud. Lego paper bags, a new way to make new friends. You're dang right. And I think, everyone, that's something we can all live by. Oh, I like your Lego bag. Aye. Just bought it for the lulz. Can you imagine going into the Lego shop and just asking for one of their bags? Just not actually buy anything, but oh, can I just have a carrier bag, please? And it's like, can you? I don't know. Can I? Can you? Can he? Can they? I don't know. Because I don't think I don't think they actually sell those bags. Like you do with the carrier bags, like a 5p or 10p charge. But yeah, I should ask, shouldn't I? Next time I go to the Lego store, this is research. I will ask for science. Right. For science. Indeed. Yes. Would y'all like a visual pun? It all hinges on this. I'm here till Thursday. Yeah. Another interesting rumour has popped up as well. We may be getting a Lego Transformers set. And this ain't no light wording. This is a legit rumour, if there is such a thing. But there is a suggestion that we're getting it, even if it's just the one-off, which it probably will be, if true. There you go. It can straighten out. It can fold. It can straighten out. It can fold. Okay. But yeah, Lego Transformers, an interesting idea, because Paramount doesn't usually allow their properties to go anywhere near something like Lego, mainly because Paramount properties tend to have the merchandise licenses owned by companies like Hasbro and stuff like that. And because it's Hasbro, and because you've got Hasbro, like for Transformers and G.I. Joe and all those sorts of things, even Star Trek has fallen under Hasbro sometimes. Because of that, when Hasbro did their Creo building system, which was their equivalent to Lego, they obviously launched it with Transformers, and they did a bit of. They also did a bit of Star Trek for the Kelvin movies, for the newer movies, and stuff like Battleship and what have you. But yeah, the way they did the buildable Transformers is that you either built the model or you built the robot. You either built the Transformer character or you built their alternate mode. They couldn't actually transform into one or the other. You actually had to disassemble the whole thing to rebuild it into the other mode, which was fine. But obviously, people were like, it needs to transform because it's Transformers. So it's like, yeah, okay. don't get the Jada stuff then, So, yeah, but apparently, apparently the rumor is that there's going to be an Optimus Prime Lego set coming maybe this year or it's going to tie into the new film that's going to be released next year. If true, very exciting and very, big for, license / property stuff, you know, those kinds of things. It's better if it can transform. Yeah, well, you say that. But Hasbro have been frustrating and confusing lots of people by releasing the Transformers RED figures, these guys, which are just focused on the characters and not the Transformers, and not the transforming, because Transformers is the brand name. It's not just what they do. It's the brand name at this point. So they've got these kinds of figures where they're just the figures. They're focused on, you know, being just regular action figures, which is fine, but you can see how it can, you know, frustrate some people. But yeah, that's Optimus Prime. Ow. Cameo. Alright. I think I've done the base for this hut, or this tent, hut thing, whatever. So now I need to do... Well, first of all, I need to build this Tusken Raider, because I didn't actually build him. Right. There we go. Sand people. Although, Although if it develops any more, then the term sand people is probably going to be completely derogatory. Yeah. There we go. He's got his gaffy stick. But yeah, the whole sand people stuff in the Book of Boba Fett was amazing! And it actually kind of started in The Mandalorian. Which is what this set is based on. The first episode of Season 2. Because, bit of a history lesson, I suppose. But the depiction of the Tusken Raiders, the Sand People, throughout the history of Star Wars, has reflected how we've seen how Native Americans, for example, have been depicted, because that's what they were based on. You know? So when they started, they were just basically they were basically you know, savage tribes who attacked settlers and farmers and stuff, and that's supposed to be how old-fashioned depictions of Native Americans were depicted, you know, in westerns or in old westerns, and that's the school of thinking that George Lucas came from. That was his generation growing up, really. And even up to the prequel trilogy, that of course he was in charge of. You know, you have this whole scene of Klieg Lars talking about the Sand People like, you know, vicious, mindless monsters, that sort of thing. And then you get to see them, you get to see they have a whole tribe system going. And which is quickly eradicated by Anakin Skywalker because, you know, dark side stuff. But it still has its roots in how they were depicted. But of course, nowadays, you know, since 2002, nowadays, we have obviously more of an empathetic understanding of how of First Nations of the Americas these days. It's not fantastic, but it's, you know, still a bit better than it used to be. So when they were introduced once again in The Mandalorian, one of the first lines about them was, you know, this is their land. You know, they see other people as the savages, as the invaders, as that sort of thing. So we have more of an understanding. And then we get the Book of Boba Fett, which just takes that to the nth degree. Where we actually have an understanding of how the tribe system works and how, more understanding about their culture and what have you. So it really made you feel for when stuff happened to them, And of course, more up-to-date Westerns will be more empathetic to how they depict, like, Native Americans. There's even a video game out right now, which I'm hoping to get sooner or later, and it's called This Land Is Not Your Land. And it's basically like the antidote to Red Dead Redemption, whereby you play as Native Americans, and you're basically defending your lands from, foreigners. What they call frontiers folk. The white man. Which is understandable, obviously. So yeah, as soon as I heard that premise for that game, I was like, my God, I need to play that. Because that sounds infinitely more interesting than Red Dead Redemption. Not that Red Dead Redemption isn't a good game, but of course you're just playing as a traditional gunslinging cowboy. Well, cowboy, outlaw, whatever. Ah! And the thing is, as well, with a lot of what went into the Tusken Raiders, especially when you had more of them in the prequel trilogy, they did take a lot more from all kinds of other cultures. And you could say that's appropriating, but I think that depends. But it's understandable. Happy, right. Hinge. Oh, listen to click. Bit of hinge Foley for you. It works. Right. So put this on here. That's one. Yeah, that's two. See, if I was in my media course now, I would probably do one of my essays on that whole thing as well, with the how the Tusken Raiders, the Sand People, have reflected how Native Americans have been depicted throughout cinema. That was a deep conversation. No, thank you. I hope there was some information in there that was informative. To because believe it or not, when I did my when I did my media course nearly 10 years ago now, one of my final essays, one of the best ones, was heavily referencing Godzilla. And I managed to talk about Godzilla and CSI in an essay that turned out to be one of my better essays, or better studies. And after that, yay, lots of information. That's nice to hear. That's nice to hear. Yeah, and apparently that essay was used as an example to students afterwards. And I wonder if it still is being used today. Probably not, but it'd be nice. See, if I knew they were going to use it as an example for future students, then I would have redone the last bit, because afterwards I reread it soon afterwards, and then I realised, oh, there's a bit of grammatical confusion in there that I would have liked to have changed. But never mind. You can't have everything. I think I also mentioned Scooby-Doo in there as well. Actually, maybe not. There was something weird in there that was like completely left field. Or you wouldn't expect in like a serious essay. Like zoiks. Oh, forgot to mention as well, going back to the whole Native American parallels with the Tusken Raiders, the scene in Star Wars Episode 2 where Anakin goes to the Tusken Raider tribe, like, the way that tribe is introduced is exactly like the movie called The Searchers. Now, The Searchers has John Wayne looking for a girl that was kidnapped by Native Americans. Well, in their view, kidnapped by Native Americans and brought up as one of their own. And by the time, I suppose it's The Searchers, yeah, with an R before the last S. So The Searchers, yeah. So the whole idea of that movie is that this young girl's been kidnapped by Native Americans, and they're brought up as one of their own in the tribe. So by the time they find her, she's been brought up so much in the culture of the Native Americans that she basically feels like she's one of them. Yeah, no, oh, go. Forgot that. Yeah, no worries, Dreaming Star, no worries. Typos happen. But yeah, the scene in Star Wars Episode 2 where Anakin goes to find the Tusken Raider tribe that her mother has been kidnapped by, that has kidnapped his mother. There's a scene, there's a shot, pardon me, where he's on top of a cliff and he's overlooking the tribe, and that shot is a direct reference to The Searchers, because there's a shot in there that looks just like it. And The Searchers was kind of groundbreaking in the sense that it was one of the first. It was one of the first big westerns, especially something like with John Wayne, that featured Native Americans as more than just, savage people who attacked, frontiersmen. Actually had some ideas about the culture. Obviously, not a lot, because, it's way in the past, but you definitely saw the points of view from the Native Americans that you wouldn't have seen in movies prior. Yeah, 1956. So you can understand why back then something like showing the Native Americans as other than savage people was quite a big thing. It dared to say these are people too. Of course they are. I think, actually, yeah. Are you watching? There we go. The Searchers. This is my dad's Blu-ray of it, just sat behind me. Yeah. Yeah, 1956. There you go. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, what big thing back in those days. It definitely was. I mean, some people even these days are a bit funny about trying to depict anyone other than the status quo, you know. So back then, you can imagine. Ah, oh god. Yeah, your dad has good movie tastes. My dad has the kind of movie taste where, yeah, well, he doesn't have a specific movie taste. To be fair, he just has a lot. I mean, my go-to westerns tend to be the spaghetti westerns, which a lot of the iconography and the stylings of the Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett was based on. So the Clint Eastwood westerns, things like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and Fistful of Dollars. Those were my favourite westerns. Oh, for a few dollars more, obviously, as well. Oh, I forgot the big brick. A brick! Yes. There we go. Dun, do, 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 do. Dun, da, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Ooh, that's a new piece. Sorry, my sister's calling me for that. Oh, don't worry, Dreaming Star. Bon appetit, mon ami, and hope you have a good dinner. Don't you worry about a thing. I just have to try and find this back. Try and watch it back later. But yeah, you enjoy. Have some good foods. Don't try to eat it too fast to see if it'll still be on afterwards, because yeah, I might finish soon. But have a good time, Billy says. Thank you very much, and thank you for joining. And hope to see you soon. Ooh, it's looking like an old-style torch. Ah, we've got a rod situation. Look. Let's see. This is the only rod of this colour and style in the entire set, but still, you need to measure it. Because it's immensely satisfying. To be measured. Right. Get that. Shove it in there. Okay. That is more or less... Oh, hang on. Got a pot with a burn in it. And there we go. That is the Tuscan Hut. Oh, dear. That's the Raider. More spare pieces. They can go there. Cool. Bag 3 is imminent. You are just in time for bag 3. And what could this be? I do not know. Actually, I do know. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 Bag's in the bag. Ah! Get in there. Smooth them out. Cool. Okay. The final stretch is upon us. How long have we been going for? Ooh, over an hour. Of course we have. Of course we have. This is why I'm kind of hesitant to do, like, bigger sets on stream, because even small ones like this can take a while. But I will be getting more little ones, and I will be planning on doing said little ones on stream, so look out for them. Hopefully I can get the Ahsoka brickheads, so I can do that on stream, for instance. I was hoping Peachy would show up by now. Oh well. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Grill. Thank you. Okay. And it should look something like this. And we've got a panel situation. Get that. Oops, come on. Get that smoothed on there. Tasty. Yes. Lovely. Yeah, a bit of a panel sandwich going on here. Got a snot panel. So yeah, what's been revealed from the Book of Boba Fett so far? Either in rumours or actually revealed. Well, we have the palace, formerly Jabba's palace. They should just call it the Bomber Monastery. But yeah, former Jabba's palace, now Boba's palace. So we've got throne room and what have you. Oh dear. With that, hopefully we'll get Slave 1. And this time a proper a decent Slave 1. Because the old one was, well, the one that was released last year was horrendous. I mean, I could deal with the weird piece they used for the cockpit, which wasn't appropriate at all. But it was just too damn small, man. Especially for the price. It's like they just had no confidence in it. Because the 20th anniversary of LEGO Star Wars Slave One that they released, even that was a bit better. It wasn't streamlined, but at least that was a bit better. But yeah, hopefully we'll get the usual. We'll get a mix of big, large, medium, small kits for the Book of Boba Fett soon enough, and it won't just be one or two staggered releases. Oh, I'm covering what I'm supposed to be looking at. Okay, and I need one of those. One in the middle. There we go. Found it. Don't worry. Found it. Panic over. Okay. Does that look right? I think it does. Ooh, got a back piece. I'll just plonk that there. Sure, we need one of those. Now I don't think I've seen this kind of piece before. Usually I've seen it with the studs inverted, so, you know, kind of the other way around. There you go. But that was one of the first things I learned from LEGO, is that when you have a piece with a purpose like this, then you usually have an equivalent going the other way. So if you have a slant going down, there'll always be the equivalent piece of a slant going up. You know, it would help if I found the right... There we go. Got it. Yeah. Yes. The oral sensation. Tactileness of the thing. Right. Now, the big question is, which Ludwig Göransson Star Wars theme is better? The Mandalorian or the Book of Boba Fett? Answers on the postcard, please. I don't actually know which I feel is better, because I like both of them. The Mandalorian theme, of course, sounded a lot more distinct, and it felt like it was a lot more, not traditional, but it felt like it had a lot more of a melody to it. Like a recognisable melody. As my dad would say, something that you could hum. And to a degree, that is so. Do-doon, do-do, do-do-doon, do-doon. Dun 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 dun. You know? So but with the Book of Boba Fett, as much as I like it, it's different in a way that I think only a musician could describe. Because, again, I can't remember if Ludwig Göransson is Swedish or Norwegian, but apparently he based the theme of the Book of Boba Fett on a show that he used to watch a show that was on when he was young. So it sounded like something he was inspired by, something that was distinctly of his country, and that's why it sounds more distinct, even though it has less of a solid melody than the Mandalorian does, I think. This is the kind of discussion I feel like I would not dare say anything if I was in the presence of experts, you know? I would try to say, this is what I heard and this is what I think I know. Connector joints. Bad boy. That was not me, that was you. I joke.
It was me all along.
Alright. We have legs. Legs aplenty. There we are. But they're not supposed to go that high. Because we have a clear brick. A clear brick that sits under here, not only to stabilise these three things here, but so that all the weight can sit on that brick rather than the legs. There we go. Oi, we got another one of these. So here we go. So you see, look, you got one category 4. So you do that, and then. And I think, going back to the themes, the theme musics, the inspirations for both Boba Fett and the Mandalorian are clear as well. It clearly defines them as well, because the inspiration for the Mandalorian was clearly the whole spaghetti western type music, the whole Ennio Morricone type music. So the whole that was clearly based on stuff like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, you know. And you have these trills and little musical stings that define like characters and like especially the main guy. Oops. But yeah, the Book of Boba Fett clearly had the other inspiration, which was a very interesting way of going about it, to be fair. And I suppose there's a bit of sense in it as well, because that program, it seems like the program that the Book of Boba Fett theme was based on seemed to be all about, families and a quote-unquote tribe, which is sort of the driving force for how Boba Fett operates nowadays. Like, his value and meaning in life was developed through for being part of a tribe, which is why they had the whole thing with the Tusken Raiders, and which is why he wanted to rule with respect rather than fear, etc., etc. But yeah, so you can see why there's the connection there. And also, we'll be seeing Tatooine once again in Obi-Wan Kenobi. Can't wait for that! And as well as that, I really, really hope we'll see some more Tusken Raider stuff. Not necessarily in Obi-Wan Kenobi, but hopefully yes, maybe as well. But I want to see Boba Fett in the future, try, because he wants to try and rule his part of Tatooine for the good of him and his kind. And now his kind includes Tusken Raiders. So it'd be nice if his main objective, or one of his main objectives, would be to unify the tribes of Tatooine, so to speak. Because it was just the one Tusken tribe that he was with, and that obviously for spoilery reasons that can't help him anymore. So there are more out there, and it'd just be a case of finding them. Be a case of finding them, gaining their trust, and saying, I knew I was brought up by, I was taken in by some of your guys, and now we need to, stand together and all that stuff. So it'd be nice if, like, a future aim of Boba Fett's would be to seek out more Tusken Raider tribes and basically try and claim the planet back for them. That would be really cool. Because then we'd sort of get some catharsis for his tribe, and we'd also get some more meaning behind Boba Fett's call to his tribe that you are warriors, you shouldn't be hiding, that sort of thing. Poor New Zealand accent there, I do apologise. But you know what I mean. You are warriors. So, yeah. And of course, we'd barely see Tatooine by the time of the sequel trilogy. So, it's not to say that couldn't have been a thing. So I would like to see Tatooine be claimed for the Tuskens once again, because that's their home. And it would be a nice, idealistic vindication of how they are. Oh God, what's the word now? I said it earlier. I don't remember it now. Yeah, it'd be a nice vindication, a nice reflection upon how they represent Native Americans. Because wouldn't it just be nice? Wouldn't it just be lovely if native peoples could have their lands back from invaders, Several hundred years late, but whatever. Better late than never. So wouldn't that be nice for, say, modern Native American communities to see that happen on screen? To see something that they have been represented by in Star Wars for so long, since the very beginning, and then finally have them take their own lands back, or have their lands back. Wouldn't that just be the coolest? I think so. Okay, there we go. That's one side. Where's the other? Oh, dear Bobby. I know where everybody else is. Everybody else is in Slack Jeff's stream. Of course, they'll be more interested in seeing what he has to offer. There we go. That shouldn't bug me as much as it does. Never mind. Look at this. It's looking a bit like a Leonardo da Vinci design. Leonardo. Do 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 do. Thing is, I've actually got Board Game Yogi's stream up right now, on mute, of course, but I've got it up, so that the computer doesn't go to sleep on me, and have to try and wake it up again. Speaking of which, claim those points. Bonus! Yeah! Cool. Okay, getting more. Yeah, it's looking like a Leonardo da Vinci thing. Ezio, you can be the first. Oh, got more of these things to do, obviously. Oh dear. And I've got 2 of them. Good. Snippity snap. Also good. Thing is, as well, I was saying to Dreaming Star how a lot of my writing involved fan scripts, so to speak. One of the first things I did was a Boba Fett story. And it involved a lot of Tatooine, a lot of spaghetti western references, and also I created a character for myself, basically, and he ended up being a brother of Han Solo. That, of course, isn't a possibility now, but you know, you never know. But the thing is, I brought it up to someone in sixth form, if I remember right, and he obviously didn't quite get what I was trying to tell him. So he said, "So Han Solo has a brother?" And I was like, "No, he doesn't. He doesn't. It's just my thing. Never mind. Go about your business. Move along." Ooh, we got the firing thing. There we go. Plug that on there. La-di-da. And then you plug the miscile into there. And it's one of those firing bricks where you can plug it into either side, so it sticks out at either side, and then you push down on the missile itself, and it goes, pachoo, fire! And this is supposed to be based on the weapons they used to hunt the crate dragons in, or the crate dragon in the book of in Mandalorian season 2. Which was an amazingly cool thing, by the way, because we finally got to see a crate dragon in live action. Almost kind of wish we'd have seen more of it, but there you go. Also, a lot of people seem to have missed out. A lot of people seemed to have missed out the fact that the Krayt Dragon, the Tusken Raiders hunting the Krayt Dragon, or trying to draw the Krayt Dragon out of the cave, is a reference to the classic Ralph McQuarrie concept painting, where the Sand People were doing just that with the Tusken, with a Krayt Dragon at the mouth of a cave. And that painting to me is iconic. It's like one of the, for a long time it was one of the only ideas of what a Krayt Dragon looked like in the flesh. Because up until then we only ever had the skeleton in the desert that C-3PO comes across. But now we may think that's a different type of Krayt Dragon or a different species altogether. And apparently, the prop they used for that skeleton is still there in Tunisia. Right. Yep, that's done. We're done. We're finished. Hooray. Everybody party. Is everyone partying? Okay, nobody partying then. Alright, well, there we go. Yeah, now what do we do? Right, okay. Flip that over there. Let's have another look at these guys. Put these spare bits with the other spare bit pile. Okay. So we have this, which is supposed to be the crossbow catapult thing. And the design of it's supposed to be a whole, in the actual thing, that this would pull back. And then, that would pull it back and you'd have a release thing here. But they've simplified it. So that is just aesthetics, basically. And the actual firing is this. There you go. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Pachu, pachu, pachu.
Shoot the baby.
No. Just a stream of unacceptable things. Kick that toddler, By the way, Joe likes it, recommended. And here we go. Let's have a look at the Tusken camp. We've got a cooking pot with a burn. Lovely. We've got a we've got a top of the hut here, and then it can open out, you see. So there you go. A bit more open plan, a bit more airy, a bit, so that's not looking too bad at all, is it? So I'll close that up again. Lovely, lovely, lovely. See, that's technically a hinge, so you could actually close that up. But it just looks a bit funny. So we'll leave that as it is. Yeah. And we'll put that over here. And we've got the Tusken himself. You can stand him there, so you can watch over his hut. Let's get the speeder bike again. There we go, with little baby Yoda. I wish to see the child. Ow! So try that again. I wish to see the child. There we go. He's there. You've seen the child. There we go. We've got the man himself. The Mando himself. The Mandalorian. There we go. Stand him on there, give him a bit of a spin. Yeah. Fairly happy with this. I believe this set is still available as of recording and as of streaming, as of recording, as of posting. But it might be harder to find these days. The other one, which I will be doing soonish, I think. That will be coming. That's still more readily available. But yeah, I think they've even altered a few of the prices so they can actually get these things selling, because for a long time they weren't, and I thought they'd be really popular. Anyway, so that's it. That's the Trouble on Tatooine set, based on the Mandalorian Season 2 opening. yeah. So, let's thank Felucian and Dreaming Star for joining in and having a natter with us. Position. There we go. Yeah. So, oh god, I keep knocking it. Right. So we've got the three characters in the middle there. So yeah. Thank you for Felucian and Dreaming Star for chatting along, for joining in, for joining us on this journey of Lego, and yeah, and thank you very much for watching. Anyone who is, hi, thank you all very much for watching. Wash your dang hands, obviously. May stream again sometime in the next 7 days. We'll see. So yeah, take care of yourselves and each other. Be rawsome to yourselves and each other. And we shall see you later. Bye.
This is the way.